This short little class today, we're going to do plenty of de-stressing and just try to get a sense of well-being and just explore any parts of the body that we might be feeling a little bit of tension, so shoulders and hips. So the class is fairly gentle, and then I'll give you options to make it a little bit more challenging if you want to. But hopefully at the end of it you'll feel a little bit looser, a little bit less tight and stressed and overwhelmed. But to get started, we're going to start just sitting down in a comfortable position, cross-legged if that works for you. Just find a nice tall body, and we're going to close the eyes or just gently stare at the floor, whichever works best for you. And just before we get the body moving, we're going to tune into our breath. So I just want you to feel the inhale coming in through the nose and the exhale going out through the nose. And there's no control, there's no judgment. We're just allowing ourselves to be present to our breathing. And as you zone into the breath, you might find that the mind is just chattering away with lots of thoughts. But it's okay just to give yourself permission not to follow those thoughts. So you might even just say to yourself, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. As we concentrate on the breath, you might find that it begins to slow. And as it slows, you might take a deeper breath and a longer exhale. Just taking a few more moments to feel that inhale and that exhale. And then keeping the eyes softly closed, we're just going to take the hands to either side of the body on the floor, fingertips just resting on the ground. We're going to inhale, lift the arms and stretch them up to the sky. And then as you exhale, breathe them down. As you inhale, float them up, fingertips stretching. As you exhale, breathe it down. Just a few more here. So the inhale, lifting you out of the hip. And the exhale, relaxing the arms, bringing the shoulder blades down. Inhale, lift out of the hips. hands down. Lovely. Just give the shoulders a little roll. So really take them high up to the ears and then down the back. Fabulous. We're going to bring the hands back down to the floor and just take a little twist. So I want you to inhale, lift the hands up to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to twist the body to the right hand side. Bring the hands down and left hand goes onto right knee. You're gently twisting the body around to the right. You can take the gaze over the right shoulder if that feels okay on the neck. We're just going to settle here for a few breaths and feel how as you exhale, you maybe allow yourself to twist a little deeper. And with each exhale, as we twist the spine, imagine that we're just wringing out a little bit of stress, a little bit of tension. Inhale, lift all the way back up to center. Bring the hands to the sky. Exhale, let's take that to the left hand side. So right hand on the left knee. Twist it gently round, gazing over the back shoulder. And again, just using the breath, each exhale is just gently twisting the body. We're wringing out the spine. Let's inhale, take all the way back up. Fingertips come up, body comes back to center. Exhale, bring it down and just wiggle the wrists a little. Just waking them up, waking the fingers up. Give the arms a little shake. We're going to move over onto our hands and knees. So just finding knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Nice flat back in our tabletop position. Gently hug the tummy muscles into the spine. And you're spreading the hands into the floor, so getting a real sense that you're very grounded. Even if I try to come and push you over, you would be solid and strong. We're going to inhale, lift the head and the chest, point the bottom into a nice cow face. Lovely. Exhale, round the back into sort of an angry cat shape. Inhale, lift it back up. Gently pull the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, round the back, let the head be heavy. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, round. See if you can use your breath to just move with your own inhale, lifting the body, and the exhale, rounding. You might even feel comfortable to close the eyes, or just keep the gaze really soft and gentle. Give the jaw a wiggle as you move, just releasing any tension in the face. Couple more, just undulating the spine, getting the blood moving. And then bring it back to your tabletop position. We're going to bring the toes together and take the knees out as wide as you can. Then lower the bottom towards the heels. Bring the body down. We're coming into a wide leg child's pose. So you can keep the arms out long, or you could pop the hands under the forehead and just relax. You can even stack the hands on top of each other. And just let the head be heavy. Let the body relax down to the ground. Again, spread the fingertips into the floor and just see how the ground feels beneath you. Take a few nice long breaths in and soft breaths out. Lovely. On an inhale, start to bring yourself back up to tabletop position. Slide the knees back underneath the hips, hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift into a very soft downward facing dog. So you're going to bring the bottom up, the knees are nicely bent. And then as we point the bottom high, we're just going to bend one leg and straighten the other. So just like you're pedaling out a bike. We're just wanting to very gently move and stretch the backs of the legs. Get the energy moving around the body. If at any point you just need to come down, have a little rest, you can, and you can come back up. Again, just take a few more. Lovely. Bring the legs to stillness, pull the heels towards the ground, point the bottom high, and just let the head be heavy, give it a little nod. And then you're going to walk the feet towards the hands, come into a forward fold position. So here you can have nice little bends in the knees and just let the body sort of flump over the legs. And you want the head to be really heavy so that it's gently pulling the spine along. You can bring the hands to the elbows into a little ragdoll position and have a little rock from side to side. Just imagining that as you're swinging down, any stress is just sliding down the back into the ground. Keeping the breath nice and long and slow. And then let the hands fall back down towards the ground. So we're going to take an inhale and lift halfway up. So hands come to the tops of the shins or just above the knees. And you're looking for a nice flat back. So your head's in line with your hips. You're pulling the bottom back. Head is pulling forward. You're just gazing down to the ground. If you move the weight of the body ever so slightly into the toes, you can just feel a little bit of stretch along the hamstrings, the backs of the leg. Just nice to wake them up. Lovely. And then exhale, just let the body fall back down. You're going to plant the hands, so just bending the knees to make sure the hands are fully down onto the ground. Step back into your downward facing dog position. Bottom pointing high, heels pulling down. Push the heart towards the thighs. Lovely. We're going to inhale, take the right leg up just as far as it wants to come. And as you exhale, step it forward into a lunge position. So you're wanting the right knee straight over that right ankle. And then you're going to let that back leg come down. Flatten out the toes. So you're now in a lunge position. And you just want to make sure that you haven't sort of gone knee forward over the toes. The knees stacked over the ankle, just so we're protecting that knee joint. From here, we're going to just take a few breaths, lift the chest. Fingertips are just grazing the ground. If it feels right for you, we're going to inhale, lift the body, lift the arms up into a crescent moon position. Melting the hips just gently forward and down. We hold a lot of tension and emotion in our hips, so it's great just to open it up. Gently pull shoulder blades together, push that heart forward. Lovely. Let's exhale, bring hands back down to the ground. I'm going to tuck that back toe under, lift that back leg and step it back to downward facing dog. Feel free just to have a little walk out, a little wiggle. Find your stillness once again. Inhale, left leg up and back this time. And then exhale, step it forward. Relax that back leg onto the floor. So again, just making sure that knee is stacked over the ankle. Lifting the heart. Melting that hip down and forward. And then when you're ready, inhaling, lifting the arms. Pull shoulder blades together, push that heart forward. And on an exhale, bring the hands down. Lift that back leg. And step it back to downward facing dog. Once again, little wiggle out, little walk. And then we're going to lower the knees to the ground. And then just come to sit on the heels, lifted body. If this bothers you, you're more than welcome to pop yourself on your sitting bones. But if we can, sitting nice and tall, little engagement of the tummy muscles, so you're lifting up. I'm going to work into a bit of the shoulder tension that we get, particularly when we're sat at a desk a lot of the time. So to start with, we're going to take the right arm up, fingertips to the sky, relax the shoulder down, and then bend the elbow. They're aiming for the elbow just to be pointing to the sky. And then from here, we're going to move into cow face pose, where we sweep this left arm round and see if we can connect the fingers. Might be miles away, might be just touching. Either way, we're just encouraging. See if we can keep the chin just parallel with the floor. Even maybe close the eyes, see how this feels. Where you feel the warmth or the stiffness. Just a couple more breaths. Let the jaw be loose. And then on an exhale, just release the arms. Ooh, give it a little wiggle, see how that feels. And then we're going to take that onto the other side. So let's bring the left arm up, relax the shoulder, and take it back and down. Chin level with the floor, then let's sweep the right arm round. Now you might find one side you can touch the fingers, one side you can't. Very often we're uneven. Again, just let yourself breathe, close the eyes. Just notice any sensations that come up. This is called cow face because you're supposed to have the face of a cow, relaxed, serene, calm. One more breath here. And then exhale it, relax the arms down. Give them a few rolls. See how that feels. Lovely. We're going to work a little bit more, a bit further down into the shoulders. So I want you to sweep the hands backwards and you're going to interlace the fingers and gently pull the hands back and down. So really good for the posture as we're opening up the chest to stop us from sort of this action. And from here, you're going to bend the elbows and send the hands to the right hand side of the body. So just tucking it in. You might sort of find the hands come to about here. They might come in. Gently pull the elbows towards each other. And then you're going to lower the right ear to the right shoulder. So we're gently stretching and opening the left side of the neck and the trapezius muscles. Take a few breaths there. You can play with the chin, just nodding it and lifting, and just finding what feels really good. And then let's softly lift the head back to center. Send the hands back and down, and then we're going to swap over the sides. So coming over to the left side, maybe finding that the hands come to a slightly different place here. Encourage the elbows towards each other, and then left ear to left shoulder. And this might feel a bit different on this side. Again, you can just play with the chin, lifting it slightly up and slightly down. See if you can sense any little pulls of tension. Lovely. Then let's inhale, bring the head to center. Send the hands behind us one more time. And then release. Give yourself a little roll. That's a really good one to do through the day. You can do it sat on a chair or on the ground. Really just eases everything up nicely. So we're going to come back to our hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll just take a few cat-cows just to release any tension. So we're inhaling, lifting the head and the chest, pointing the bottom. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift up to center. Exhale, round the back. And then we're going to come to stillness, back into our tabletop position. Hook the toes under and let's push back up into our downward facing dog. This time just staying here nice and still, really encouraging the heels towards the ground, the shoulders away from the ears. Few lovely long breaths here. Give the head a nod, saying yes and no. Then looking up towards the hands. You're going to walk it or just step it to your forward fold. Again, relax it down here. We're then going to heel toe the feet to the edge of the mat, so you've got a nice sort of wide space in between the feet. A little bit wider than shoulder height. Nice and slowly, we're going to bend the knees and start to come down into a yoga squat. And then hands behind, just so we can lower to the ground. Lovely. Give the legs a little shake, a little rub. And I want to find the sitting bones nice and firm on the ground and sit with a lovely long back. Head, crown of the head is being gently pulled up. Toes are flexed towards the face, just so that we've got a nice active couple of legs. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, fold it forward. So not worrying where we get to, we might be halfway up. You might be able to just gently clasp the feet. Looking straight ahead. Nice, gentle gaze. Use the inhale to lift out of the hips. And the exhale to fold it forward. Just keeping that breath nice and steady, controlled. Let the head go heavy so the chin tucks into the chest. We're just calming the body by coming into this sort of little cocoon. If that feels okay, it can feel nice to take the hands under the legs and almost give yourself a little hug. It helps to stretch the back a little bit, it opens up the legs, but also just gives you a little sense of calm. As you inhale, really imagine that the shoulder blades opening, the back is expansive. And as you exhale, let yourself melt into this hug. When you're ready, gently pulling the hands away and just lifting yourself back up to sitting. We're going to gently bend the knees, just give them a hand. And then we're lowering down onto the mat. So just sliding yourself forward, making sure you've got plenty of space behind you. You're going to hold on to the thighs and just nice and gently roll down vertebra by vertebra until we come down to the mat. So keeping your knees bent for now, just lengthen that spine down to the ground. Head is heavy. Gently pull the shoulder blades together. So you've got a lovely open chest to the sky. And then you're going to pull the knees in towards the belly. Take the hands to the shins or the thighs and give yourself another hug in. And you can rock from side to side. Roll around in circles, just massaging the back into the mat, into the floor beneath. Really helping to release any tension in the lower spine. And then bring it to stillness in the center. We're holding onto the legs for just one more moment. Then you're going to let your right leg lengthen out onto the mat and keep hold of the left knee. So hugging it gently in. Right leg can be completely straight or it can be a little bit bent. We're going to take a lovely deep inhale on. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to move this right knee across the body. So let the left hand, or the left knee move across the body, all the way over to the right. So you're twisting that leg over. The left arm can just relax onto the floor. The right hand is just giving that knee a little bit of support. And again, just at the beginning, we're twisting. And as we twist, we release. We're allowing ourselves to let go of anything that just doesn't serve us. Any stresses, any negativity, just let it go. Don't need it in the rest of our day. On an inhale, let's bring it back up to center. Give that knee a little hug in. Then we're going to swap it over. So bring right knee back up, left leg goes long. So we're on to the other side. And give it that little squeeze in, and then when you're ready, we're going to take an inhale. As we exhale, that right knee's coming across the body, so right arm can just relax, move into that twist. Maybe noticing if it feels different on this side. It can be a good time to just close the eyes or just pick a little spot above you that you can stare at, nice and gently. Lovely long breaths. And let's inhale, bring it back to center. Bring both knees in for one final little hug. And then we're going to come back up to sitting. And we can do this by just taking the hands underneath the thighs, having a little rock. And then you can rock it all the way back up to sitting. Shake it off. Lovely. Find a nice tall body. And we're going to take the hands this time and just turn the palms up to the sky. Place them down onto the knees and just close the eyes for a minute. Or if you prefer, you can always just tuck your chin down and look at the ground. We're just going to come through a little breathing exercise, which is great to clear the mind and allow us to just bring ourselves to where we are. So I want you to take an inhale, and as you do, press the thumb and the first finger together on both hands. Then as you exhale, just let them come apart once again. As you inhale, bring the thumb to the next finger, so the middle finger, and they press together. Exhale, let them come apart. Inhale, take the thumb to the ring finger. Exhale, let them release. Inhale, thumb to little finger. And then exhale, release. We're going to take it through again. Inhale, thumb to first finger. Exhale. Inhale, thumb to next finger. Exhale, release. Inhale, thumb to ring finger. Exhale, release. Inhale, thumb to little finger. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, thumb to finger. Exhale, release. Inhale, thumb to finger. Exhale, release. Inhale, thumb to finger. Exhale, release. Inhale, thumb to little finger. Exhale, release. take a moment, feel that rhythm of breath in the body. Imagine that movement even though you're not doing it. Lovely. Bring the hands back down, fingertips to the ground. We're going to press the right hand down onto the floor as we inhale, lift the left arm up. As you exhale, stretch it over. We're just opening the ribs, the belly, getting plenty of oxygen in. Take a few deeper breaths here. We're going to inhale, lift it all the way up to center. Exhale to the other side. Lovely big stretch. Again, opening that side of the body. Breathing into the ribs. And let's inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, yawn it down, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the arms. We're just going to bring the feet together so the soles are gently hugging each other. Knees are falling down. Now, if you want to feel this a little bit more near the thighs, you push the feet closer to the pelvis. If you want a gentler stretch, just take the feet away. Entirely up to you. You're going to take the hands to the feet. You can always give them a little rub. Nice to just connect the body. And then lift the heart. Relax the shoulders down. Let gravity just gently pull the knees down. So we're in butterfly position. We're going to inhale nice and deep into the belly. As you exhale, fold it forward. It doesn't really matter how far you come. You can rest the arms on the legs if that feels good. Or you might bring the sort of head all the way down. Really up to you. And we're not worrying too much that there might be a little bit of rounding in the back. Because we're releasing the hips and the thighs here. Let the head go heavy. And just breathe nice and gently, allowing the back of the neck to be relaxed. Notice if you can relax the forehead, the space between the eyes. Let's inhale, roll all the way up to sitting. Take the legs out, just take them wide, give them a little shake, a little rub. And then come to your cross-legged position. Bring the hands together at the heart. And just nod the head for a moment. So chin tucking down. Close the eyes if you want to. And we're just going to take a moment to thank your body for moving. Thank yourself for being present, being here. And just picking something that we're grateful for right now. Whether it be the yoga, the day, even something as simple as what are you going to watch on telly later that you enjoy? Something that's just simple to be grateful for. And just let that feeling of gratitude settle deep inside. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and out through the nose. Namaste.